Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Kids Church on the St. Martin's YouTube channel. And we've been looking at the book of Mark this term. And today we're looking at Mark chapter 5 verses 21 to 43. Now we've already heard some stories about Jesus travelling around with the disciples by boat. Now, in this story, they just crossed a lake, and when they got to shore, there was a crowd of people waiting for Jesus. Because by now he was pretty famous, because people had heard all about the amazing miracles he had performed. So, Jesus got out of the boat and he was approached by a Jewish leader called Jairus. Now, we've been hearing how lots of the Jewish leaders didn't really like Jesus because many of them were jealous. The people wanted to hear from Jesus and all the stuff he was going to say, and they're not to hear from them anymore. So they're going, who's this Jesus guy? But Jairus had heard about the power of Jesus and all of his miracles. And he needed a miracle because his 12-year-old daughter was very, very sick. So he came forward to Jesus and he fell at his feet, begging him, "My little daughter is dying. Please come and put your hands on her so that she will be healed and live." Now, Jesus loved it when people showed lots of faith in him. So he said, "Yeah, sure," and started walking towards Jairus' house. But along the way, other people wanted to be healed by Jesus too. So it took a bit longer than they thought. It actually took quite some time. Now, after a while, some friends of Jairus came up to him and said, "Your daughter is dead. There's no point bothering Jesus anymore." Now that the girl was dead, I guess they thought it was too late for Jesus to do anything. But then Jesus says something pretty amazing. He says, "Don't be afraid, just believe." The crowd was stunned, but he didn't let any of them follow him. No, he only let Jairus and 3 disciples, Peter, James and John, he allowed them to come with him. And when they got to Jairus' house, something really strange happened. Lots and lots of people were crying and sobbing really loudly because the girl was dead. But Jesus said, "What's all the noise for? The girl's not dead. She's just asleep." At this, the crowd started laughing. They thought, Jesus must have gone mad. It was obvious that the girl was dead. But Jesus just told them to leave the house, and then he went inside with Jairus, his wife, and the 3 disciples. He saw the dead girl lying there. He held her hand and said, "Little girl, I say to you, get up." And you know what? As soon as Jesus said this, she got up and started walking around. She was so excited. Well, everyone was astonished, but Jesus told them, "Don't tell anyone what happened here today." You see, he still had lots of work to do, and he didn't want the Jewish leaders or the Romans to get to him before he did all the things God had planned for him. In today's story, Jesus showed that he even had power over death. He proved that again when he raised a guy called Lazarus from the grave, and he'd been dead for 4 days. Yeah, and he really showed he had power over death when Jesus himself rose again after dying on a cross for our sins. Isn't it great that we follow a Saviour that is so powerful, not even death can stop him? We can trust him with everything. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's story and the activities that I've planned for you as well. Well, have a fantastic week, and I look forward to seeing you next time. See you later.